And welcome back to The Price of Business. Hopefully everyone's having a great morning, and we're ending it with a great guest. His name is Brian Smyczynski. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Correct.
That sounds great. Now let us know a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name's Brian. I own a company called Smart Tech Katie. I offer home automation and home and small business computer support.
Gotcha.
I offer preventative maintenance services on the computer side that will prevent issues before they become disasters.
And, and that's one of the big things that can, right? Because a lot of times individuals don't realize is computers like anything else, if you don't take preventive measures, things can happen in the future.
Correct. It's like running a car until it's out of oil.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Very, very good analogy. I just got my oil change actually here early this morning. But, one of the things I want to talk a little bit about is home automation.
Correct.
That's a big thing coming up right now, something that we're seeing a lot of changes in and some interesting things going on right now.
And there's a lot of technology that's coming out that's priced for the market that it hasn't been traditionally priced for, the multi-million-dollar homes. Now it's more available for the mid-sized market, the consumer homeowner.
So, but back in the old days, we had cribs, right? And so
Correct.
Cribs, you'd go out there and you'd see all these movie stars and rappers and, singers and anybody else, and they had these cribs. And you go, man, this is the neatest thing. They can control everything. And then you end up looking, this is way back in 2000. And you say, oh, by the way, that home automation system is a $26,000 automation system or, probably more. You've actually really seen the prices drop down to make it something that is very attainable now for the average individual.
And not only that, but usually the sweet spot on the price range of products that I offer is in the $200, $250 area. And they can be purchased piece by piece. And you don't even have to buy the same brand of product to make them integrate.
So you can add on over a period of time as you see that you have to grow or want to add some features and products to it.
Exactly. And devices that are not of the same brand have the ability to trigger each other.
Wow. Now, what are some of the hot things that people are looking at nowadays? I mean, we see a lot of home automation out there. We see a lot of security issues that people want to look at. What are some of the hot things that are out there?
Well, the two largest products that I'm offering right now that are the most popular would be the Ring Video Doorbell, which allows you to be able to record and speak back and forth with the person at the door.
Okay.
And also the Rachio Eero sprinkler controller, which predicts the weather rather than reacts to it. It actually 50% of outdoor water is wasted currently through things like running your sprinkler system in the middle of a flood.
Right. Well, I can tell you mine does that, by the way. And I would venture to say I probably waste more like 75%. And it's something that always makes me angry. I sit there and go, I've got these sensors and I've got all these different things, but it's always going off in the wrong time. I'm like, okay, why are you going off right now? It just got through raining yesterday. It was a downpour yesterday. Just because I have it on is the reason why it triggers it, right?
Correct.
And so, and we live, unfortunately, in a very wasteful society in a lot of those things. So having something that can actually do a predictive analysis associated with weather actually changes things quite a bit.
Correct. It's true conservationism.
Wow. And, and then also you're seeing a lot of things out there as far as home automation in regards to, we look at Nest as being the example right there.
Yes.
But they can go ahead and start automating and predicting what your patterns are, arriving, leaving, bringing up the air conditioning, taking down the air conditioning, heating, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct. And on top of that, they do things like look at the humidity levels in the air and turn the condenser off early based on the humidity levels to blow the fan over the existing cold coil to where you're not wasting energy cooling down the coil at the end of the cycle.
Wow. And then how about security? There's a lot of automated security items that are going on right now as well. I would imagine individuals who want to now be able to see through video remotely what's going on in their house, who's answering their door. I mean, I've seen things even as right now, they can even, I've seen a new technology, they can even let somebody in their house remotely.
Correct. There are several manufacturers of smart door locks that have the ability for you to be able to give people control to your house, even beyond giving them a key. You can say that your cleaning person only has access to the house Wednesdays between noon and 2 to where they can't come back in the middle of the night with their brother-in-law and rob you blind.
Wow. That's so important because one of the things I think that we do as a society so often is that we sort of take for granted, I trust this person. But let's face it, we're in Houston.
Yes.
And whether you be in Katy or you're in Bel Air or you're in the Woodlands, guess what? Things can happen if you don't take measures to protect yourself And home automation can actually do that.
Correct. And with things like the doorbell that has a very visible camera that says, hi, you're being watched, it's the old theory that you don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun your buddy.
That is true right there. And I guess, some on the fun side of things, because some of those are practical sides, right? I mean, we all want air conditioning and lower our bills.
Correct.
We all want things associated with lowering our water bills, for example.
Correct.
We want security with an individual who can walk up and we can see what they're doing. There's also fun things like being able to shut your curtains
exactly.
or remotely turn on TVs or remote programming. Talk about some of those things.
I have one button on my cell phone that shuts my entertainment system down and then brings up the house lights as soon as that's done, to where if I am watching a movie, I can get up from that point and, go get more popcorn. And so from that perspective right there, it makes it real easy, because now you're not having to work about all these gadgets anymore. It's all because guess what we're carrying around all the time? We have our cell phone. Exactly.
As we sit here right now, we have our cell phone in front of us, and it's one button, and then you're controlling everything in your home.
The controller for all these programs are sitting in your pocket.
Right. And, I guess the other side of things is, what are you seeing coming up in the future? What are some of the new items that are coming out?
The newer items that are coming out seem to be improvements on things that are there for the homeowner.
Okay.
Things like smart garden lights, for example, that will turn on and change color, that will, adjust to turn on at sunset no matter what time of year it is. Things that are truly set it and forget it. Things that you don't have to constantly be toying with to make work the right way.
Gotcha.
The August smart lock, for example, will automatically detect when you're coming into your neighborhood from outside, prepare the lock. When you get within 30 feet of the lock, unlock the door for you, and then 5 minutes after you're done putting groceries away, lock the door behind you automatically.
And for all those individuals who are listening say, but I have an old home. None of this stuff will work on an old home. That's all changing as well because of Bluetooth, fixed wireless technology, internet, etc., right?
Correct. You don't need to run existing wiring. It's all run through Wi-Fi. Most everyone has Wi-Fi in their home. And it has the ability to tie into that to make it very cost effective. To have technology, the sprinkler controller, you merely replace the controller on the box in your garage. The door lock, you merely replace the deadbolt. The doorbell, you merely replace the doorbell on the wall. There are no additional wires, and it will charge itself based on the existing wires that were there for the doorbell that was previous.
And that's amazing because, one of the things we've always seen is you have all these new homes that are built, and do I have a wire here? Do I need to, I want to be able to put my surround sound in. I want to be able to put my glass break in. I want to be able to wire this. Nowadays, as long as you have access to the internet, everything else can really go in, prop up, Bluetooth in. As long as it has a power source, you're golden.
Correct. And even if you don't have strong wireless signal, for example, at the front of your house to get the doorbell to work, you can use a device to extend the physical network through the power line, through the actual electrical sockets in the walls, will extend your physical network, and then you can put an access point on the other side of the house. And now you've got the ability to have these devices where you wouldn't have previously.
Well, I can sit here and talk about this forever. Unfortunately, the show eventually has to end. Brian, how can we reach you if you don't mind?
Sure. My name's Brian, smarttechkatie.com. You can reach me by email, Brian with an I at smarttechkatie.com.
That is Brian at smarttechkatie.com. His website is smarttechkatie.com. You can also check him out on Facebook, or you can give him a call at 281-750-5817. Brian, thanks a lot for being on The Price of Business this morning.
Thank you.
For all those listening, we hope you had a great time today. Learned a lot of good information. Until next time, we are out.